Alright folks, let's talk about something that could make or break Aussie manufacturing, our steel and aluminium industry. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has made a bold claim. He wants Australian steel and aluminium to be the best in the world. Sounds great, right? But is this just another political promise that'll disappear faster than a cold beer on a summer arvo? Or is there actually something to it? Before we rip into it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing you the real, unfiltered breakdown of Aussie politics. And if you're sick of politicians making promises they never keep, check out our Albo Says Relax t-shirt, only $23 for the next 2 days. Links in the description. Now, let's dive in. Albanese rocked up to Gladstone, Queensland, home to some of the country's biggest industrial sites, and laid it all out. He wants a future made in Australia. That means more jobs, more manufacturing, and more local production. Sounds like music to our ears, doesn't it? But hang on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've heard this kind of talk before. According to the PM, the government is working with major players like Rio Tinto and BlueScope to decarbonize their operations, ensuring they stay competitive in the global market. He reckons this will make Australian steel and aluminium highly sought after worldwide. In theory, it's a solid move. Everyone's jumping on the net zero bandwagon, and industries that don't keep up will be left in the dust. But here's the kicker. Most of the steel and aluminium we produce stays right here in Australia. So, is this about securing our place in the export market, or is it more about scoring political points ahead of the next election? Now, this is where things get spicy. Albo didn't waste any time taking a swipe at opposition leader Peter Dutton. He accused him of siding with Donald Trump's tariff policies instead of backing Australian industry. Yep, you heard that right. He's saying Dutton would rather please the Americans than protect Aussie jobs. And let's be real, this is where things start to look a bit like a political soap opera. The PM is framing himself as the bloke who stands up for local workers, while painting Dutton as a sellout. Whether that's a fair assessment or just clever spin, we'll let you decide. But one thing's for sure, election season is heating up, and this is just the beginning. Albanese also hinted that next week's budget will include policies encouraging Australians to buy local. That means giving consumers more opportunities to support Aussie-made products and keep jobs on home soil. On paper, it sounds like a no-brainer. But let's not kid ourselves. This kind of policy only works if the products are affordable and competitive. We all know the reality. Cheap imports flood our market, and most Aussies will pick the cheaper option, even if it's not locally made. So unless the government has a serious plan to make Australian-made goods more affordable, this might just be another feel-good promise that doesn't go anywhere. Now, here's another interesting angle. Albanese used this speech to give a glowing endorsement of Labor's candidate for Flynn, Helen. She's a veteran, a small business owner, and has been part of the central Queensland community for decades. Sounds like a strong pick, right? But let's not forget, politicians love rolling out their star candidates before elections. The real question is, does she actually have what it takes to shake up politics in this region? And more importantly, will she stand up for her community, or will she just be another party puppet? At the end of the day, this all comes down to one thing: jobs. If Albo delivers on his promises, it could mean a stronger manufacturing sector, more employment, and a future where Australia isn't just shipping off raw materials but actually creating world-class products. But if this is just another round of political grandstanding, well, we've seen how that story ends before. Empty promises, flashy press conferences, and a whole lot of nothing when the cameras stop rolling. So, what do you reckon? Is this the real deal, or is Albo just buttering us up for the next election? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to show your support, or frustration, with Aussie politics, grab yourself an Albo Says Relax t-shirt while it's still on sale. That's it for today. See you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay informed, and don't let the politicians pull the wool over your eyes.